is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing a formal impeachment inquiry into President Trump. This morning, we're getting reaction from Hoosier lawmakers.
Plus, a string of recent violence continues in the Circle City. Now at 6 o'clock, where shootings left a man critically injured and sent others to the hospital.
And our Hiring Hoosiers initiative introduces you to programs helping students succeed after they leave the classroom. This morning, how students are getting the opportunity to help design video games of the future. But first, here at 6 o'clock, we do want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana on your Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up early with us. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Meteorologist Todd Clausen joining us. Todd, it's a little warmer than it was yesterday morning, so that's the good news. We do have some rain headed our way for later today, though.
Yeah, you know, it's just some minor rain chances today, so I know when everybody hears rain, they're like, oh no, I got to cancel the plans. Do not cancel the plans. It's just some spotty showers that are going to move through during the middle half of the day, and there's a good chance with the air as dry as it is that you won't even see any of these showers at all. So skies are partly cloudy right now. You notice the temperatures, 53 is the cool spot in Zionsville, 61 in Indianapolis, 59 is the current temperature in Bloomington. But here's the satellite radar picture, and you notice the clouds starting to increase a little bit. Most of these are just the high, thin clouds, though initially here this morning. The thicker clouds and the showers are back off to our west, right along that cold front. That really stretches from Green Bay now just to the west of Chicago and west of St. Louis. And there's not a ton of moisture with it, so that's why as it comes through, we're probably just going to see a hit or miss shower. So as we get you out the door, you do not have to worry about rain at all for your morning commute. 59 degrees at 8 a.m. Should be around 74 degrees with increasing clouds by the noon hour. And then those rain chances arrive this afternoon. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. I want to give you a live look at your commute here on the southeast side, I-465 at Arlington Avenue. Traffic in this area is moving along up to speed this morning. No issues both eastbound or westbound, so that's great news. Let's take a look, though, near the downtown area on our map. Just a reminder about this ramp system closure here. It's impacting you through Friday morning, I-70 and Meridian Street in multiple directions. So if you're trying to get in and out of the downtown area from I-70, you're going to want to use West Street or Harding Streets as detours. Well, House Democrats officially moving forward with impeachment.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi making the announcement about the formal inquiry on Tuesday after months of calling the move divisive. The shift comes as President Trump authorizes the release of the transcript of his controversial phone conversation with Ukraine's president, a call many speculate is part of a still undisclosed whistleblower complaint. The president admitting days before the conversation he ordered $400 million in military aid be withheld from Ukraine. The president first saying he withheld the money because he wanted Ukraine to address corruption, then saying other countries needed to put up the money. But President Trump and other top Republicans are calling the impeachment inquiry a political ploy.
She does that. They all say that's a positive for me from the election. You could also say who needs it? It's bad for the country.
Yesterday, the entire U.S. Senate passed a non-binding resolution calling on the Trump administration to release the secret whistleblower complaint, saying President Trump urged Ukraine's president to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and Biden's son Hunter to congressional intelligence committees.
At 6:02, only a few Indiana lawmakers have commented on the impeachment proceedings. Congresswoman Jackie Walorski tweeted, quote, Speaker Pelosi and Democratic leaders have made it clear that their #1 goal is to impeach the president no matter what the facts are, end quote. And shortly before the speaker made her announcement, Congressman Andre Carson tweeted, quote, just so we're clear, I've supported an impeachment inquiry for some time now because it's become increasingly obvious to me that this president is flagrantly abusing the power of the Oval Office without regard for the Constitution that he swore to uphold and defend, end quote.
It was a violent night across the Circle City as police were called to 4 shootings in 4 hours. This after a string of shootings across the city over the weekend. Our Alyssa Donovan is live this morning outside of IMPD headquarters. Alyssa, where did all these overnight shootings take place?
So, Meredith, the shootings overnight happened at locations across the city. Police responded to a shooting near 30th and California, near East 42nd, Shadeland on Carpenter Court, and one near 30th and Graceland. Police say all of the victims in those cases are expected to survive. The violent night comes after several shootings downtown over the weekend. On Tuesday, 10 Point Coalition President Reverend Charles Harrison talked about concerns, specifically specifically about a shooting on Maryland Street, where police say a fight between two groups of teenagers led to gunfire on Saturday. 6 people were shot. Police say 3 of the victims were bystanders.
We are here to stand shoulder to shoulder and publicly say enough is enough when it comes to the violence in our city. We have been shocked by the lack of outcry expressed following multiple people being shot in the heart of our city, which is known for its hospitality and safety.
Along with the 6 people shot on Saturday, 4 others were also shot over the weekend throughout the city. And Reverend Charles Harrison is calling on community leaders, faith-based groups, and community activists to help patrol downtown to help create a safer environment. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. A former student at Cloverdale High School is in custody after he was spotted with a gun in the school's parking lot. School Superintendent Greg Linton says the former student was seen taking an automatic weapon from one car and putting it into his vehicle. The school's assistant principal and students witnessed the man with the gun and alerted school resource officers. A statement on the school's website says police are investigating the incident.
A Central Indiana woman is sharing her grief in hopes of preventing future tragedies like the one that killed her daughter.
Getting a phone call in the middle of the night to say come to this accident is just devastating.
20-year-old Shauna Smith died in March after a train hit her car on a railroad crossing in Tracy Road in Whiteland. It's unclear if she did not hear or see that train. Shauna's mother is sharing her story as Indiana marks Rail Safety Week. The Hoosier State ranks 3rd nationally for railroad crossing collisions, and Krista Smith says that her daughter was running late for work the night of that accident.
Don't think that this happens to you or your children or your family. You hear about it happening to other people. It doesn't come into our home, and unfortunately this time it was us. And we just want to share her story in hopes that it doesn't happen to anyone else.
Last year, 17 people died in railroad crossing collisions here in the state of Indiana. As part of Rail Safety Week, companies like Louisville and Indiana Railroad and CSX Police are making sure that people stop for trains, and they're writing violations to drivers who do not stop. Back here at 6:06, Mario Kart, Pac-Man, Tetris, well, they're all games that you've grown to know and love as classic video games.
But students are now taking over the controllers and creating their own video games, preparing for a life in the technology world. Our Aaron Lish joins us live to tell us more about this program created by the McKenzie Career Center. And Aaron, this is an industry that only is growing larger and larger.
You know it is, and I'm one of those people. I'm a Frogger fan for life, and I will get addicted to this. I will spend hours playing this game. And you know, students, they are actually trying to create these fully developed video games. They work on it all year long. They actually make 2 in that time on Unity 3D. That's the process that they use it on. And during that time, they actually decide to figure out exactly what these stories are going to be about. They create 3D models, the different textures, and program the different levels before actually publishing the game. They have a team of instructors working with them, and they tell me the purpose of this class is to get kids excited about coding, which is really a staple in the technology industry. And those students are taking the computer skills they've gained in programming and combining it with their love of video games.
I love video games. I was born into a society that loves to play with electronics and everything else. I've always just been inspired to try and make my own video games, because when I play video games, like, you know what, I think I have some ideas that could, you know, work better for that.
Texture.
So this is part of their IDO partnership with IUPUI. So they are going to gain college credit through this course, and it's also setting them up for those entry-level jobs in programming and also in coding. And in the next half hour, we're going to hear a little bit more from that student about how this is impacting him and helping him set him up for a future career. And I might be playing this a little bit as we wait along as well. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Aaron, don't have too much fun out there. The federal prison in Terre Haute has a help wanted Wanted sign posted. The Bureau of Prisons is hosting a job fair today at the prison training facility. That's at 4200 Bureau Road North in Terre Haute. The prison is hiring for several different positions, including correctional officers, medical, and psychology staff. All you need is your resume and a state-issued ID. The job fair runs from 9 this morning until 2 this afternoon. At 6:09, though, we need to get a check at the weather, Todd. We have some rain headed our way, and it is much needed.
Yeah, there's some spotty showers that'll be making its way through parts of central Indiana as we work our way throughout the day today. But it's mainly this afternoon. So for your commute, you are dry. We just have partly cloudy skies here this morning with a temperature of 59 degrees. Now, as we head home from work, temperatures will be in the mid-70s, so pretty comfortable temperature-wise. But at this point, skies will be mostly cloudy, and there will be the opportunity for just an isolated shower or two. And we have going on is a cold front that is off to our west, and you see the clouds starting to increase right now. And then here come these showers along that front that is still off to our west. And you notice they're falling apart. And what's happening is they're running into a lot of dry air that's in place. So our rain chances today, they're not great. It's just a spotty shower here or there. It's not really going to put a dent in the deficit that we have out there as far as rainfall. That's approaching 2 inches. But nonetheless, there are some rain chances. Temperatures today above normal once again, mid-70s to the north, upper 70s to around 80 degrees in southern locations. And then in and around the metro area, look for a high temperature around 78 to 79 degrees.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Well, you've probably seen some questionable ads on your social media feeds for weight loss pills or other products. Well, just after the break, we're breaking down the very latest tricks so you don't waste your money.
Plus, a Florida boy is walking and talking after a freak accident aboard a boat. This morning, we're hearing from the teen who doctors gave a 1 in a million chance of survival.
And we're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. Here is a live look at I-65 and 30th Street on the north side. This is an ongoing construction zone. You can see those orange barrels on your screen, but traffic is still traveling up to speed. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Start saving today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 6:13 on our Wednesday, and here's a live look from our INDOT traffic camera on the southwest side of town, I-465 and Man Road. If this is part of your commute, looks like it should be smooth sailing through that area.
11 more physicians have been charged in the opioid addiction crisis. The charges come from the Appalachian Region Prescription Strike Force. It monitors prescription statistics from doctors to check for any fraudulent practices. The Justice Department's Criminal Division says the cases involve patients paying off doctors to write them prescriptions. The doctors are accused of running pill mills, distributing more than 17 million narcotic pills. So far, a total of 87 medical professionals have been charged. 9 have pleaded guilty.
This morning, questions surround an abnormally high number of suicides on a Navy aircraft carrier. 3 crew members of the USS George H.W. Bush committed suicide last week. Those deaths occurred in separate, unrelated incidents. The ship's captain issued a statement encouraging any sailor who needs help to seek it. He says psychologists, counselors, and chaplains are all on board at all times. The aircraft carrier is currently stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. Now, if you or a loved one is in a crisis and needs to talk, we here at RTV6 want you to know that there are resources available to you. The Suicide Prevention Hotline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That number is 1-800-273-TALK, and online chat is also available.
If you have a Nissan parked in your driveway, you need to listen up. The automaker is recalling 2 of its best sellers, the Rogue SUV and Altima sedan. Nissan says a defect with the backup camera allows drivers to adjust the rear view image until it's no longer visible. The problem affects around 1 million vehicles manufactured after May 1st of 2018. Nissan has a list of the recalled vehicles on its website. The company says it's still working on a software update to fix the problem.
7 counties and more than 48,000 customers are without power in California this morning. The electric company PG&E is trying to prevent sparks from their lines causing a wildfire. The company is doing what they call public safety power shutoffs. Exactly when the power is going to go back up is still up in the air right now, but PG&E is telling customers prepare for multiple day outages. Meteorologists say the hot, dry, windy conditions are perfect for a quick-moving wildfire. Back here at home, we want to get a look at our conditions outside. Todd?
It's pretty quiet right now, Lauren. That's the good news as you start your Wednesday morning commute and the kiddos head off to school. But as we work our way into the afternoon hours, that's when we'll start to run the risk of seeing a stray shower in this forecast. Nothing to write home about. It's not going to be all that heavy. We're not expecting any severe weather. It's just a very weak cold front that is going to be sliding through the area. Warmer temperatures return, but overall this weather pattern is going to be a little unsettled as we head into the weekend, as we will have some rain chances in the forecast almost every day going forward. They're not great rain chances. No day is a complete washout. It's only about a 20% chance every day here except for Thursday. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day with lots of sunshine across the area. So this morning we're just seeing the clouds increase here across the region, back off to our west. That's where we find there's a broken line of showers and storms. That is along the cold front. You notice less and less in the way of thunderstorm activity as that band of rain starts to make its way off towards the east. And it should continue to weaken because the air is really, really dry across central Indiana. So TrueCast is going to show this line of showers coming in right around the lunch hour and then working its way through the state in a weakening form. And then this is probably even a little more potent on TrueCast than it'll actually be because the models doesn't take into account how dry the air is. So it's probably just a hit or miss shower or sprinkle for most of us throughout the afternoon hours. I just don't want you to be shocked if you see it. And if you do, just know it's not going to linger very long and it's not going to get very heavy and it's not going to cancel any plans that you may have outdoors. And you can see the skies starting to brighten just a little bit as you look off towards the north. Temperatures currently sit in the 50s and 60s. So running about 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday in many locations where we dipped down into the 40s. And throughout the day today, notice how the temperatures warm. By the noon hour, we are into the low 70s. And as we work our way throughout the afternoon, as that cold front comes through, it's going to kind of cap the temperatures a little bit, and you actually may see the temperatures fall once those clouds move in and a few showers develop, and then we hold pretty steady throughout the evening hours into the 60s. So here is that evening forecast for you. 73 degrees still at 8 p.m. and then temperatures will be in the 60s. Now tomorrow should be a beautiful day for us, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will be in the 70s. A good start to our Thursday, and the end of the Thursday should be pretty nice. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, notice the temperatures. This is when we start to build in more warmth and also more humidity. And with that will come about a 20% chance of a stray shower or two, maybe a little more cloud cover on Saturday compared to the other days of the weekend. And then next week, it remains very warm still, Lauren, with highs near 90 degrees.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We want to keep a close eye on those roads as you're heading out there to start your Wednesday. And this is a live look in Fishers. Good morning to you. I-69 at 106th Street. Traffic's picking up northbound and southbound and traveling up to speed. So you've probably seen some questionable Facebook ads, maybe on your Facebook or your Instagram feeds, maybe for weight loss pills or even other products.
Most of us just ignore them, but consumer reporter John Mattery shows us the latest trick that scammers are using to get you to click so you don't waste your money.
We've all heard the term fake news, and there's lots of debate about who it applies to. But there's no debate over this: fake news websites that appear to be endorsing beauty products. Legitimate news websites from CNBC, CNN, Fox News, and more are now being copied by diet pill promoters, so it looks like a legitimate news story, according to ConsumerWorld.org. Kelly Clarkson and Tamron Hall, both with new shows, are among the clickbait stories you may encounter. Here, a Today Show report says Kelly Clarkson was forced to lose 105 pounds. It says Ellen DeGeneres gave her a keto weight loss supplement that worked magic, but it's all fake. My advice: if a news website appears to endorse a product, be careful. Legitimate news outlets are not shills for facial creams or weight loss pills, so don't waste your money. I'm John Mattery. Good morning, Indiana.
John, thank you. Well, for more money-saving tips and ideas, you can head to the money section of our website. That's at theindychannel.com. At 6:20, a Florida teen amazes doctors after a boating anchor punctures his skull. Caleb Bennett went boating on Manatee River near Tampa back in March, and the boat's anchor became loose, hit him in the head, and the anchor actually lodged itself nearly 3 inches into his right frontal lobe. Doctors at Johns Hopkins and All Children's Hospital performed emergency surgery and then placed him in a medically induced coma for 5 days.
All the odds were stacked against me, and I was gonna die, probably. Like, I was supposed to die, but yet God saved my life.
I've never seen somebody with an injury like that walk out of the hospital almost completely neurologically intact. That's 1 in a million.
An incredible story there, and Caleb's parents say that his recovery is going well. He woke up from the coma and he's still able to walk and talk. Caleb is on medication for seizures and sees a doctor regularly. So how do you declare your love for your spouse? A text, maybe a phone call? Well, just ahead in our Trending 6, why one man is using 8 billboards to tell his wife that he loves her. 6:21, we'll be right back.
Before you head out the door, it's time for the Trending 6.
These are some of the stories that everyone is sharing online today that you'll want to know about. Starting with this one, the man who sold the very first Ford Mustang is heading to Michigan to see the car again for the first time in 55 years. Harry Phillips mistakenly sold the car to an airline pilot 3 days before its official release date back in 1964. Phillips' granddaughter raised money on social media to send him to the Henry Ford Museum to see the car again.
Enormous fighting robots have been a silver screen staple for years, but now someone is auctioning off a giant fighting robot for real on eBay. The 15-ton robot named Eagle Prime was the brainchild of Megabots Incorporated. Megatron posted the monstrous robot on eBay with a starting bid of just $1, but interested parties better hurry. Within 24 hours, bids have already surged to more than $50,000.
A shelter dog who stole hearts all across the country when her story went viral has now found her forever home. Queen, a 3-year-old terrier mix, was living at the Great Plains SPCA in Merriam, Kansas, and she went more than 400 days without being adopted. Well, she was adopted by a man whose friend sent him a picture of the new pup. Her new family didn't even know about the viral campaign to find her a home. Congratulations.
There she goes.
So
happily ever after. A group of elementary students in Maryland came up with an idea for their school, and it's for the birds. Students are decorating the exterior windows of their classrooms to make them safe and visible for birds. The idea came to fruition after a bird met its demise by flying into a window. Poor guy. That's when a student sprang into action, hatching the plan. The idea has allowed them to display their compassion as well as their creativity.
Good idea there. Well, a few extra innings in baseball. They're pretty fun every now and then, but how about 10 extra innings? You heard that right. The Diamondbacks and the Cardinals playing really, really late. The game actually just wrapping up in Arizona with an Arizona win in Phoenix after 19 innings. In case you're wondering, the longest baseball game ever was back in 1984. That's when the Chicago White Sox beat the Milwaukee Brewers after 33 innings that lasted 8 hours and 6 minutes.
Between the ads for dentures, casinos, and cannabis, there is a message of something priceless: love. Josh Wilson is the owner of a Tulsa area sprinkler installation and repair company. He initially purchased space on 8 billboards around town to advertise his business, but after a while he said the signs weren't really doing the trick. So when it came time for a refresh, he took off all the talk of sales and decided to focus on his wife of 5 years, Amy.
At first I was wondering what he did to go in the doghouse and have to put all these billboards up, but I think he's just being a good husband.
Yeah, well, that's
so
very
funny.
Sweet.
Oh, there they are. All right. Well, we do want to bring in Todd right now and talk about our forecast for today. A great couple days of weather here so far this week, Todd.
Yeah, you know, Monday and Tuesday were terrific once we got rid of that rainfall that we needed Monday morning. And today, it's not a bad day. Just some subtle changes. 1, more in the way of cloud cover, and 2, some minor rain chances later on this afternoon. But you get out the door this morning, you should be just fine with increasing clouds and temperatures climbing from the 50s to the mid-70s by the noon hour. Time is 6:27. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Rate today.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Enough is enough when it comes to the violence in our city.
A series of shootings across Indianapolis over the past 72 hours. Just had gunfire in 4 more locations overnight, and a call to action from the leader of the police union.
Businesses in Kokomo are helping workers affected by the ongoing GM strike. A look at what the community is doing to give auto workers a hand.
Will your student make the next big video game? Just ahead, a high school program that could put them on the path to do just that. But first, at 6:30, we want to welcome you in on this Wednesday morning. I'm Meredith Barrett.
And I'm Lauren Casey. And we want to talk to Todd Clausen right now to see if there are any changes in our forecast. We've had a nice 2 days so far this week, Todd. A beautiful sunset last night. What can we expect as the sun's coming up this morning?
You know, yesterday was terrific with the sunshine. Today, a little more in the way of cloud cover as the sun comes up. It should still be decent, though, especially as you look off towards the east, because the clouds right now are still in the process of just increasing across the area. So what do you need to grab before you go? Well, you can grab the sunglasses. This morning, skies will be partly cloudy, but eventually this afternoon we go overcast, I think, as a cold front approaches. And some of you may want a light jacket, but I don't think it's all that necessary here this morning with temperatures that are in the upper 50s to low 60s. I did not check the umbrella despite that fact that I do have rain in the forecast, and here is why. So the clouds are increasing right now. The front's still off to our west, but it's weakening as it makes its way into the state, and it's running into a lot of dry air. So yes, I do think there will be some spotty showers in the forecast, probably starting around the noon hour and then going into the afternoon. But I think if you do see one, it's going to be very light, and it's not going to linger here across the area all that long. So your morning, with the exception of a stray shower as we get towards the middle half of the morning, should just feature increasing clouds. Your noontime temperature is up to 74. I'll use TrueCast to show you the timing of those showers coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning as you're heading out to work or school. And here's a live look in the downtown area. I-65 at Washington Street. It looks like traffic's picking up both northbound and southbound between the north and south splits. But right now, everything is moving along. No issues here to slow you down. Well, it was a violent night across the Circle City as police were called out to 4 shootings in about 4 hours. This after a string of shootings all over the city over the weekend.
Our Alyssa Donovan is live outside IMPD headquarters this morning. Alyssa, what do we know so far about these most recent shootings?
So we know that these shootings happened between 5 and 9:30 last night at locations across Indianapolis. Police also tell us that we know all of the people involved in these shootings, the victims, are expected to survive. Police responded to shootings near 30th and California, near East 42nd, Shadeland on Carpenter Court, and near 30th and Graceland. The violent night comes after several shootings downtown over the weekend. At least 10 people were injured in 4 different shootings between Saturday and Sunday night. On Tuesday, 10 Point Coalition President Reverend Charles Harrison talked about the concerns, specifically about the shooting on Maryland Street, where police say a fight between 2 groups of teenagers led to gunfire on Saturday. 6 people were shot. Police say 3 of the victims were bystanders.
We are here to stand shoulder to shoulder and publicly say enough is enough when it comes to the violence in our city. We have been shocked by the lack of outcry expressed following multiple people being shot in the heart of our city, which is known for its hospitality and safety.
And Reverend Charles Harrison is calling on community leaders, faith-based groups, and activists to help patrol downtown to create a safer environment. And police ask if you do have any information on any of the shootings, whether overnight or over the weekend, you are asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. A former student at Cloverdale High School is in custody after he was spotted with a gun in the school's parking lot. School Superintendent Greg Linton says the former student was seen taking an automatic weapon from one car to put in his own vehicle. The school's assistant principal and other students witnessed this man with the gun and alerted this to the school's resource officer. A statement on the school's website says that police are investigating this incident.
It is day 10 of the United Auto Workers strike against General Motors. That's 10 days of GM workers not receiving full pay. But in Kokomo, several businesses are stepping up and supporting the workers that support them. The owners of One More Gym in Kokomo are opening their doors to union workers in need of a place to unwind, while other businesses are also offering big discounts to help.
You know, it's a stressful time for them, and, you know, our gym is supposed to be a stress reliever. So in order to relieve just a little bit of stress, we're freezing, you know, their membership dues so they can come in and get rid of some of that stress.
Several other Kokomo businesses are joining One More Gym and offering discounts to GM employees. That includes Dan Young's Heating and Cooling, Designing Lines Salon, and area diner Choo Choo Magoo. Negotiations continue this morning between General Motors and the United Auto Workers Union. The union is asking for higher wages, improved pensions, and a promise that GM will not close 4 plants in Maryland, Ohio, and Michigan. According to GM's Twitter account, the company is offering workers a deal that improves wages and health care benefits. The new Mario Kart game officially came out today for iPhone and other devices. But whether it's Mario, Zelda, Rock Band, Madden, video games are big business.
Yeah, that's right. And growing up in a world full of technology, students now are hoping to use their own creativity to build those video games. And our Erin Lish is joining us live this morning. She has more information about a program where students who might already be gamers can learn how to make them. Erin, this sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you hop on maybe your Xbox or your old Nintendo 64, your phone, your computers, and you just decide to pass the time by playing some video games. Well, kids in programming, they are hoping to create some video games that you will play and absolutely love.
I love video games. I was born into a society that loves to play with electronics.
Students sit at their computers and create fully developed video games.
I've always just been inspired to try and make my own video games because when I play video games, like, you know what, I think I have some ideas that could, work better for that.
Which allows them to use their imagination.
When you're here, like, in real life, you're restricted by things such as, like, gravity, but in the virtual world, you can do anything you want.
They develop storylines and use Unity 3D software to program the games.
Now, you can double-click that and bring it from 90 frames out to 300.
Instructors say this way of teaching gets kids excited about coding, which is a staple in computer technology.
So it's kind of a way to get them into the nitty-gritty first, learn how to code, learn how to design, then they get to make a video game. So it makes them want to learn all the aspects of the field.
As students code and build, they're adding to their resume, and it's getting them excited for a career in the video game industry.
I really just want to be on a team that we all code together and we make great games that I think everyone will enjoy.
And they are partnered with IUPUI in the IDO program, so that gets them college credit, getting them ready for that secondary level of schooling. And then they're also getting set up for those future careers in programming as well as coding. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Erin, thank you so much. Well, it is college application week all across Indiana, and that means 15 colleges in the state will waive their application fees, and dozens of high schools will host events to help the seniors navigate that process. Yesterday, the National Association for College Admissions Counselors hosted a college fair at the Indianapolis Convention Center. Students and families learned about hundreds of colleges and universities, all at this one location. You can find a list of colleges offering free applications this week at hiringhoosiers.com. Time right now is 6:39, and it is time for our dog walking forecast. Todd?
Yeah, we have a great dog featured today. I want you to meet Charlie here. Look at Charlie. He's just sitting there at attention, probably waiting for a treat after a nice long walk. Yesterday, thanks to Teresa for sending Charlie in. Of course, you can send your pictures to my Facebook page, Todd Clausen at RTV6. Make sure you include the name, and also if you have a location, that'd be great as well, so we can feature your favorite four-legged friend. As far as the dog walking forecast, we'll give you green paws here throughout the day today with just increasing clouds and temperatures going from the 50s up into the 70s. With that said, there will be the opportunity for a few spotty showers as we work our way throughout mainly the afternoon. Some of this showing up on radar here near Lafayette. Maybe a sprinkle there, but the better chances will be when this line that's in central Illinois starts to make its way into our area. We'll talk more about those shower chances coming up in Maine weather and looking ahead to the weekend as well in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you. House Democrats say they have waited long enough. Next on Good Morning Indiana, moving forward with an impeachment investigation and the whistleblower complaint that made it happen.
And we'll have your chance to see one of the best musicals of all time on us. In just a few minutes, we're giving away tickets to the Broadway and Indianapolis production of Fiddler in the Roof. That's just ahead right here on Good Morning Indiana. It's 6:40. Stick around. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. We're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning, and everything downtown is moving along up to speed. I-65 here in Washington Street. You may need to use Washington Street if you normally take that I-70 and Meridian Street exit, because that is closed through Friday morning. So this is a great option as a detour to get in and out of downtown. Well, for the first time in the nation's history, Congress has opened an impeachment investigation of the president.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced the official investigation yesterday, saying President Trump had seriously violated the Constitution. ABC's Inez de Lucatera explains.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announcing the first step toward impeachment.
The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections.
The historic move comes after President Trump acknowledged he asked Ukrainian President Zelensky to investigate his political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Just days before that phone call, Trump had ordered his chief of staff to freeze nearly $400 million in foreign aid to Ukraine.
This is about the president abusing his office in seeking political dirt about an election that's upcoming.
Trump insists.
And there was never any quid pro quo.
Calling the impeachment inquiry more breaking news witch hunt garbage and presidential harassment, and authorizing the transcript of his phone call with Ukraine's president to be released.
And when you see the call, when you see the readout of the call, which I assume you'll see at some point, you'll understand. That call was perfect.
And while the Trump administration initially blocked Congress from seeing a whistleblower's complaint related to Trump's call with Ukraine's president, sources now say the complaint is undergoing a declassification process by the White House for its possible release. This, as House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff says the whistleblower now wants to speak to Congress. Schiff has requested an interview for tomorrow after the acting director of national intelligence appears before his committee.
An impeachment inquiry is only the beginning of a long process. Even if any articles of impeachment were to pass the House, 2/3 of the Senate is still needed to convict Trump and remove him from office. And Senate Republicans say there are no grounds to impeach. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Washington. At 6:45 later today, we could learn whether the country might move forward towards more restrictions or even a ban on vaping devices. Leaders from the FDA and CDC will appear before a House committee investigating vaping-related illnesses today. More than 500 people have contracted a lung disease because of vaping. 9 deaths have been reported so far, including 1 here in Indiana. The CDC is investigating the outbreak, but says they have not found a common e-cigarette or ingredient.
Just days after a large earthquake shook Puerto Rico, Tropical Storm Karen is now bearing down on the island. The National Hurricane Center says the storm moved over the eastern islands of Puerto Rico last night. The storm brought heavy rain and tropical storm winds, causing mudslides and power outages. The system has since moved north away from Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Forecasters are still waiting to see whether the storm could eventually turn toward the U.S. mainland. Here at home, we are anticipating some wet weather, but it's not going to hit us until later this afternoon, Todd.
Yeah, your morning commute's just fine here, and even when it does hit us, it's only a few very, very spotty showers here throughout the day today, and you can see the rain chance percentage ramps up just a little bit as we get into the afternoon hours. It's only about a 10 to 20% chance of seeing an isolated shower out there, so don't get your hopes up that your lawn's going to get watered here throughout the day today, because that is definitely not going to be the case. May get some sprinkles out there, but that should be just about it. 61 degrees, that's the current temperature. It's a dry morning commute for you. The humidity is still down. Dew point's at 55 degrees, so the air is dry. That's another player into why we'll only see some spotty showers here throughout the day today compared to some heavier rain. 50s and 60s this morning, so we're running about 10 degrees warmer in some locations than we were yesterday when we dipped down into the 40s, but still very, very comfortable for us. And you notice the cool air is now pushed off towards the east and to our west. You notice the warmth is starting to build back in all the way up to Minneapolis. And as high pressure drifts off towards the east in coming days, we're going to have more of a southerly wind. And that, too, is going to bring our temperatures up a little bit each and every day as we make our way into the weekend and then beyond. Next week looks to be potentially pretty warm for us, at least to start the week. So a few showers trying to get going here near Lafayette. Those are probably nothing more than a sprinkle. The heavier showers still back here in central Illinois. And now we're out ahead of a cold front that is working working its way towards the state. So the clouds already starting to increase, and then as these showers start to come through, there will be the opportunity for a few hit or miss showers starting probably late morning into the early afternoon hours from west to east. So the further east you are, the later these showers will make their way to you. And again, when you do see them, they're going to be very, very light. We're not really looking at a whole lot in the way of rain chances here, at least widespread rain chances across the area. So just know that there's some showers out there. I really don't think you need to carry the umbrella around all day. If you did see one of these showers, it's not going to linger very, very long. Temperature-wise, we'll climb into the upper 70s here for your afternoon highs. By this evening, the threat of rain comes out of the forecast, just decreasing cloud cover and temperatures that will be falling from the 70s into the 60s. And then tomorrow's a terrific day, a little cooler behind the front, still low humidity with temperatures that will be in the 70s, and the winds tomorrow will be light. But it's once we get to Friday and then eventually into the weekend that we start to warm things up. Friday, about a 20% chance of a storm, still 78 degrees. Saturday, we're up to 82 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. And again, a stray storm or two will be possible. Sunday, temperatures are up to 84 degrees. And then we'll continue to warm Monday into Tuesday as well with highs in the upper 80s. So it does get a little unsettled as the temperatures come up, but it's only about a 20% chance each day of an isolated shower or storm in the forecast. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We are keeping a close eye on your morning commute. It's been pretty quiet so far for your Wednesday. Here's a live look in downtown where traffic is picking up, getting a little heavier here between the north and south splits, even here on the collector area. You can see I-65 here at Fletcher Avenue is traveling up to speed. Lots of headlights out that way. We'll continue to monitor things and keep you updated.
It is almost time to tee off at the Brickyard. Final preparations are complete at the Brickyard Crossing course for the LPGA's Indy Women in Tech Championship. A lot of improvements have been made to the course over the past year, and the last 4 holes located inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's one of the more unique backdrops in golf. 132 players will compete for a share of $2 million in prize money, the winner taking home $300,000. Past tournament winners Lexi Thompson and Sunghoon Park are in the field. Also, Canadian Brooke Henderson. She is second in the LPGA's points standings right now. Other big names include Hannah Green, Paula Creamer, Morgan Pressel, and some locals are in the field as well. Center Grove grad Erica Shepard is here. She's currently playing at Duke. And Zionsville High School golfer Annabelle Pancake will also get to take a shot at the pros. The first round tees off at 7:45 tomorrow morning.
With the help of Smokey Robinson's songwriting and producing, the performers such as Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, The Supremes, Jackson 5, Berry Gordy's Motown records changed the music industry forever. And now Gordy says it's time for him to hang it up. This week, the 89-year-old Gordy announced his retirement from the entertainment industry at a gala honoring Motown's 60th anniversary. Gordy's sold the Motown label more than 30 years ago, but he's always remained its ambassador. This year, he contributed to a Showtime documentary about Motown's history. And back in 2013, he produced a hit Broadway show, Motown the Musical.
That looks like a fun little party there.
Yeah, I want to go join them. All right, well, what do you do when a friend needs help getting out of immediate trouble? Again, a woman on the morning run got a little more exercise than what she bargained for.
All right, and time to make someone a winner. We have 2 tickets to see the legendary musical Fiddler on the Roof from Broadway in Indianapolis. This is for the show that's next Tuesday, October 1st at 7:30 p.m. at the Old National Center. All you need to do is be the 6th caller right now. Here's the number on your screen, 317-269-1459. Good luck.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 6:54 here on your Wednesday, and we have some heavy traffic up in the Dogleg, I-465 and I-865, an area where we have ongoing construction. But you can still see things are moving along. We'll keep you updated this morning.
This front page of a newspaper sports section doesn't look anything out of the ordinary at first, but if you take a close look at the picture from the Observer reporter of Washington County, Pennsylvania this past Saturday, you do notice something. Check out the football player in the background of the play. Now, that player either has googly eyes in real life or something happened during the publication of that picture. The website Deadspin contacted the newspaper to see how that player ended up all wide-eyed, but so far, no one from the newspaper has commented.
Washington Nationals clinching a National League wildcard spot last night, and naturally it included a beer and champagne-soaked locker room celebration. As you can see here, there was some sweet dancing by second baseman Brian Dozier, including, wait for it, the twerk. It might be even more impressive that he appears to know the lyrics to the hit Latin pop song Calma by Pedro Capo. Okay. I feel bad for whoever has to clean the locker room after that sticky mess, but congratulations to them. Well, as the saying goes, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Well, you know, and apparently a four-legged friend out in Stone Mountain, Georgia, didn't get the memo.
We know this because a woman out for her morning run had to come to the animal's rescue more than once.
Stop! Wait! Hey! You need to learn how to jump, boo. Then not kick me. Y'all better not get stuck again.
First of all, she's got some big guns on her. Did you see her pull that fence apart? Well, Chloe Dorsey going above and beyond, not once but twice for that deer who just kept getting stuck.
Like she's like, gotta learn how to jump.
I know.
Oh, good video there.
There's a little bit of a slow learner there.
Yeah.
I guess. All right. Dear. Well, what's our weather looking like for today, Todd?
It's a decent day for us. There are some minor rain chances here later on this afternoon, and some showers may sneak in here right around the noon hour in western locations. Temperatures will be in the 70s, so not as bright as it was yesterday, but any showers you do see will be very spotty and also very light. Tomorrow's a great day, mostly sunny, 77 before the heat builds in.
Todd, thanks, and stick around. We're back in 25 minutes and all throughout Good Morning America.
We hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thanks for watching.